Sometimes I don't know if I'm making the right choices or saying the right things. I keep replaying conversations in my head and wondering if I could have ever said something differently. Every word I could have said differently. I guess a part of me just wanted things to work out, even when every part of me knew that it probably wouldn't. But I held on anyway. Because I guess when it's good, it's the best feeling in the world. It makes you feel like you're drifting, like you feel weightless, like nothing else even matters. The feeling I'm talking about is love, and I've been thinking a lot about love lately. Love is so irrational, so chaotic, so unpredictable. It can make you act in ways that you never thought you would. When you start to love someone, it makes you throw logic out the window. You get caught up in everything. A single thought turns into 100, and suddenly you'll be willing to do anything, to give anything, just to hold on to it. It makes me wonder, does anyone think logically when they're in love? Or do we all just become a little delusional, convincing ourselves that maybe, just maybe, this is the one. That this could be our perfect love story. That this could be the kind of love from movies. The kind where you run through the rain just to tell them how you feel, even when everything makes no sense. The kind where just laying under the stars in silence feels like the most meaningful thing in the world. The kind that makes you reckless, makes you forget about your pride, about logic, about everything except the way your heart feels when you're standing right in front of you. Maybe it's dramatic, maybe it's stupid, but isn't that what love is? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? It's funny how fast it happens. You know, one day life is just life, you know, just normal, predictable, fine. And then suddenly it isn't. Suddenly she's there. And nothing feels the same anymore. It's like the air shifts, like the world tilts a little on its axis. Like every stupid love song finally makes sense. You don't even realize it at first, but they become a part of your life so naturally that you can't even remember what it felt like before them. And for a while, it seems perfect. Maybe not perfect in the way movies make it seem, but perfect in the way that it actually matters. The way they make you laugh, the way they just get you, the way their presence feels like home, even when everything else is falling apart. And you let yourself believe that maybe, just maybe, this is the kind of love that lasts until it doesn't. People talk about heartbreak like it's this one big dramatic moment, like it's some final goodbye, some last fight, some earth-shattering realization that it's over. But that's not how it really happens, is it? No heartbreak is slower than that. It's quieter. It's waking up and reaching for them, only to remember that they're not there. It's hearing their name and feeling that familiar sting in your heart. It's replaying conversations in your head, wondering what you could have said differently, what you could have done to make them stay. But that's the thing about love. When it ends, it doesn't just disappear. It doesn't just pack up its bags just to leave quietly in the middle of the night. No, love lingers. It leaves pieces of itself in spaces they used to fill, in places you went together, in the stupid little inside jokes that no longer have anyone to share them with. And the worst part, they keep existing. That's what really gets you. They keep waking up. They keep laughing. They keep living their life without you. Maybe they miss you. Maybe they don't. But either way, they're out there. And you're here, trying to figure out how to let go of something that still has its hand wrapped around your heart. And sure, people say time heals. That one day you wake up and it won't hurt anymore. That one day you'll stop checking your phone, hoping for a message that isn't coming. That one day you'll meet someone new and it'll all just make sense. But what if it doesn't? What if it never makes sense? What if no one else makes you feel that way again? What if love like that only happens once and you already had your chance? No one talks about that. No one talks about how love doesn't just leave a scar. It changes you. It rewires your brain and makes you see the world differently. Makes you question if you will ever be able to love with that same recklessness again. To be so open that it scares you. And maybe that's the real tragedy of it all. Not just losing them, but also losing a version of yourself that existed when you loved them. The version that believed in forever. That didn't know what it felt like to fall apart. That thought love was enough. But despite it all, despite the pain, despite the ways love has broken and reshaped me, I still know this. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would. Because love like that, even when it doesn't last, it's still worth it. Even if it wrecks you, even if it leaves you into pieces. Because love is real, and real love, it's rare. It's beautiful, and I don't think I'll ever be able to fully explain the feeling to anyone. It's just something so rare, so fleeting, that words will never do it justice. And if I ever find it again, if I ever find that love again, I won't run away from it. I won't be afraid of what might happen or how it might end. I'll run straight into it, full speed, like the kind of love you see in movies. Because that's the only way I know how to love, with everything I have, even if it destroys me. Because maybe one day it won't. Maybe one day it will finally be the kind that stays. Because deep down, I know that when it's real, nothing else will ever compare.